Yeah, good morning, students, and I welcome you in today's history class, chapter 3, The Age of Revolution. I have told you revolution means andolan, and especially we knew and discussed about American Revolution and French Revolution, and knew about 13 colonies of the British in America. So next, now we will discuss and try to understand more about the beginning of the war between American 13 colonies and British government. The representatives of the colonies met in Philadelphia in 1774 and appealed to their British ruler King George III to withdraw all unjust and oppressive acts. The king regarded as an act of rebellion and declared war on the colonists. Means when the colonies of the America, 13 colonies, requested from the King George III about that oppressive act should be vanished or unjust policies should be prohibited. During that time, this King George III understood that these colonies were rebellion towards the British king or the government. So he had declared war on the 13 colonies. The British troops were sent to suppress the rebellion in Massachusetts. Massachusetts was a place where the war had been took place. The colonists raised their own army. Fighting broke out in Lexington and Concord in April 1775. The colonists chose George Washington as a commander-in-chief of their troops. Means these American 13 colonies chief commander of army or the troops appointed to George Washington. In his leadership, the force or the armies fought against British government. In 1776, the representatives met again in Philadelphia to sign the Declaration of Independence between the colonist delegates and the British government's delegates, which clearly started the American colonists had the right to free themselves from the oppressive and exploitive British government and form their own government. The Declaration of Independence contained revolutionary ideas and proclaimed that all men are born equal and are endowed with certain fundamental rights such as the rights to life and liberty and the pursuit of happiness. Means each and every person, every people of 13 colonies of America, they wanted that liberty and right of life and liberty and the pursuing happiness. But due to the suppress or the unjust policies of British government, they were not getting these kind of the liberty nor the happiness. They were always discontent with the policies of British government. Now we have to learn and discuss about birth of the United States of America. The war ended in 1781 with the defeat of the British forces in 1783. The Treaty of Paris was signed between the British government and the 13 colonies representatives. According to this treaty, the British government recognized the independence of the 13 colonies, which came to be known as the United States of America. In about 200 years, the United States of America transformed itself into the most powerful country in the world. Means, as in India, the Britishers had ruled in around 200 years, the similar way in America also, they had ruled about 200 years, and after that in 1781, America became independent and established in 1783 by the Treaty of Paris, and became a dominion country that is known the United States of America. It is the unchanged superpower in the world today. The 4th of July is celebrated as the American Independence Day. More we have had to learn and know about what happened after the independence, what result, what things took place in America. So let's study about results of the American War of Independence. The first result, the American War of Independence ended British rule in the American colonies and led to the emergence of the United States of America. Means the rule of the British ended in American 13 colonies, and the United States of America had been established. Second, a written constitution was formed. Third, a federal democratic republican government was set up in America. Fourth, the new government guaranteed to all its citizens the rights to freedom of speech, press, religion, and justice under the law. Fifth, the country would be ruled by an elected president who would govern according to the laws written down in the constitution and not according to his personal whims and fancies. Means here the decision has been taken place, a president will be elected by the people about the universal adult franchise, and then the president of America will rule over on America with the written constitution of America. Next, in 1789, George Washington was unanimously elected the first president of the United States of America. The Constitution of the United States of America has served as a model and an inspiration to several countries, including India. The framers of the Indian Constitution adopted various features like the federal form of the government, the incorporation of fundamental rights like the American Bill of Rights, and the system of checks and balances. Means here says that given the inspiration to the several countries, means from which government had been made, which constitution had been written constitution to the America, United States of America, that had been followed by Indian also, Indian constitution by the constituent assembly. They have taken some of the federal setup of the government ideology from the American constitution when the Indian constitution had been formed. So students, these all were that American independence, war of independence took place, and during the age of the revolution, they understood from the revolution different revolution. Kindly study this lesson so that you can able to understand fully, perfectly, and you will not be any doubts. Thank you.